exactly 1 month since Multiverse of Madness came out. Yes, I saw it within a week of coming out. No, I haven't had a chance to see it a second time. And yes, I am still making a review nearly 4 weeks after seeing the film. So, hi guys! I am finally getting around to posting my video review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I saw it around when it came out, but it's taken me a while between being sick, moving, etc., etc. It's just taken me a while to get this video posted. So anyway, let's start with a quick non-spoiler review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Honestly, it wasn't my favorite. Definitely, it's like in bottom 10 MCU for me. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I just definitely didn't enjoy it as much as the other MCU films. The plot itself was good, but there was like also this really weird phenomenon, and I don't know if other people felt it, but I felt like at the beginning, it wasn't really taking itself very seriously, and almost felt like, I don't know, a fan film or something, and then later on it suddenly was just like taking itself way too seriously, and the violence got really graphic. I mean, which was fine, but it was just like such a drastic change in the film. It was kind of weird. But the movie itself was decent. The main problem I had with it was I just didn't really like how they chose the villain. So now, obviously, we're gonna be getting into spoilers. Before I continue on with that thought, I'm gonna start by reviewing and reacting to my predictions. Before I saw the movie, I posted a video of my top 5 predictions for the film, and I'm gonna go through each of those and see how I did. If you haven't seen my videos in this regard before, when I do predictions, I ask a question and then answer the question for my prediction. So the first question for me to predict was how many characters from the TV show What If were going to be in this film. I predicted 3 because I thought that the trailer confirmed 2, Captain Carter and the evil Doctor Strange. In reality, there was really only 1. I mean, Captain Carter, yes, but the evil Doctor Strange wasn't really the same one from What If, so my prediction of 3 was definitely wrong. It was really only 1. My second question was, will the Tom Cruise Iron Man be in it, or even any variation of Iron Man? And I said no, which was correct. There wasn't any variation of Iron Man in the film. My third question was, will we see Professor X? Maybe Patrick Stewart, maybe another variation. I said yes, and it was Patrick Stewart. That was great to see. So I was correct on that prediction. That gives me 2 out of 3 so far. My fourth prediction was to answer the question, would there be a connection to the Loki TV show? I said that yes, there would be, but there wasn't. So I guess I got that one wrong. And then my fifth prediction was, will we see the characters Billy and Tommy in the film? I said yes, they were in it. So when it came down to it on this movie, I got 3 out of the 5 predictions correct, which is above 50%, which is usually where I mess, so that's good. Anyway, speaking of Billy and Tommy, let's get back to talking about Wanda the villain. They really did Wanda dirty in this film. So I kind of knew that she was gonna be a villain in the film, but I didn't really think she was gonna be the big bad. I thought she was kind of gonna be a precursor to the main villain, if that even makes sense. So at the first part of the movie, I was like, okay, yeah, she's kind of being a little bit villainous, but there's gonna be someone else who's behind it. But then when they reveal that she's the one who sent the creatures to go after America, I was kind of in denial for a minute about her being the actual villain of the film. But then once I reluctantly accepted that, yes, she was the main villain of the film, I started to enjoy it a little bit more. The main problem I have with her being the main villain in the film was I feel like it kind of negated the character development she went through in the WandaVision TV show. The plot itself was almost a repeat of what happened in WandaVision, so I feel like from the end of WandaVision to the beginning of Doctor Strange, she had gone backwards, which I do understand with her being corrupted by the Darkhold. I understand that a little bit more than I did while I was watching it, but it just felt off a little bit, you know? At the end of the film, it felt like she had the same character development as she had in the TV show, so it's almost like she went through the same arc twice. And I mean, she had a good ending here where she destroyed the Darkhold in all of the universes. Like, I liked that. It just felt like it was an unnecessary repeat of things, in some senses at least. The best part of the film, in my opinion, it might have come off as like fan servicey to others, but I don't know. As a diehard MCU fan, I really enjoyed the cameos, the Easter eggs. Seeing John Krasinski as Reed Richards, honestly, I had no idea that that one was gonna happen, and so like the look of shock on my face in the theater when he showed up on the screen, I was totally surprised by that one. I'm really interested to see if he's gonna reprise his role in like the MCU main universe. That'll be really cool to see, because I know like Fantastic Four has been on the table for a while. Of course, Patrick Stewart as Professor X was great. I thought that one was gonna happen, and I think it was even kind of like you heard his voice in a trailer, so it was pretty kind of confirmed prior to the film, but it was really good to see him in the film. Haley Atwell back as Captain Carter. That was cool to see her character. We saw Captain Carter in What If, but it was cool to see like the actor who portrayed Peggy Carter live action as Captain Carter. The other variation of Captain Marvel, that was actually funny because I remember in the theater, the people who sat behind us were really confused who that was, but I'm like, isn't that, I mean, if you've at least seen Captain Marvel once, you can know based on context who that is. And it was the same actor. And so like seeing this variation, different universe where Maria Rambeau became Captain Marvel instead of Carol Danvers, that was pretty cool. I didn't really know who Black Bolt was. I've not seen Inhumans, but I could tell based on, I don't know, just how the film framed it, that it was someone, a cameo from a different Marvel thing or whatever. I guess that was cool. It was also cool to see Doctor Strange working with another variation of Christine from this other universe. So anyway, that whole thing with the Illuminati was probably one of the most fun parts of the film. Speaking of the multiverse, I think that the way that the multiverse was set up in this film worked pretty well. America's character fit into the storyline pretty naturally. I liked her as a character. She's got really interesting powers, and it'll be interesting to see how she participates in future MCU stuff. Speaking of the multiverse though, this film again confirmed and used the number Earth 616 for the MCU main universe, which brings up this question I had after Loki. Where, like, wasn't this supposed to be Earth 19999 or whatever? And so, like, is the MCU a separate multiverse from the comics, or is there for some reason two of them that are referred to as 616? I wonder if we'll ever really get an answer to that, or if they're just gonna keep on just using that number 616, because that's the one they've used before in the comics. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is Doctor Strange himself. I feel like maybe one of the other reasons why this film felt a little flat for me is because Doctor Strange had very little character development. Like, it brings me back to that quote. It was in the film, it was also in one of the trailers where Wanda says, "You break the rules and become a hero. I do it and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair." As a quote that was in the trailer and so early on in the film, I felt like that had to kind of be turned around in the film, if that makes sense, where really that just explained what happened in the movie. And, like, that's it. Like, the very end of the film, the way Doctor Strange is able to go back and defeat Wanda is by dreamwalking, doing the exact same thing she did. And just like was explained in that quote, she did it, became the enemy, he did it, he becomes a hero. I really wanted, in the end, for him to be able to win or whatever by actually following the rules, as opposed to breaking them and becoming the hero again. The other thing, too, was like this quote from Christine the whole time, where he always had to be holding the knife, he always had to be in control. I also wanted him to have a moment where, like, he actually was humbled and let someone else do something, which I guess we get that too with, instead of him taking America's powers, he gives her the confidence she needs to actually be the one to go multiversal travel, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I never doubted that I never thought that R. Strange would steal her powers. Like, I never doubted him in that regard. I kind of wanted him to give up control in a different regard and maybe let Christine save the day somehow. I feel like it almost set that up so well that when it didn't happen, I was kind of disappointed. But anyway, in the end, it was an enjoyable film. There were some really cool moments, some really awesome action sequences, fight sequences. The fight between Doctor Strange and evil Doctor Strange Strange was weird at first, but then it was pretty cool. The music notes thing, I didn't know how to feel about that for a second, but it was pretty cool. The monsters at the beginning were pretty cool. The zombie type Doctor Strange with the cape made out of the souls of the damned was interesting. Cool looking, for sure. Anyway, yeah, that's probably all my thoughts that I can think of. It has been like a month since I've seen it. I should probably see it again, but we'll probably wait till it's available digitally. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the film down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, which you can do by clicking down there. Check out more of my videos. Up top is my video where I made my predictions for this film, and underneath that is my playlist of all my Marvel videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!